to begin, I'm going to ask you to come up to stand up, and you're going to stick your thumbs into your armpits. One of my teachers, Richard Freeman, calls this the reformed banker pose. He's now investing in sustainability. So as you get your thumbs right in your armpits, try to draw your shoulders back and down. Tendency is you go hyperpronic and puff out your chest. So you got to knit together your abdominals and notice how it helps shift your weight back into your heels. Your heels are meant for stability. Your toes are meant for mobility. So as you shift your weight back, notice how your arches lift, little micro bend of the knee, how your pelvic floor engages, your lower belly engages, you feel more tone in your glutes, and there's this ascension of energy. Notice if you shift your weight forward, we collapse and depress. You shift your weight back, your toes lift, you have arches, and there's this buoyancy. So you want a happy banker that's interested in saving the planet, okay? All right, so from here, I'm just gonna warm up and do a few Uttanasana Vinyasas. So as you release your hands down, maintaining this extension of the spine, and we're gonna inhale, sweep our arms up, keep your weight over your heel. The tendency is to pull your weight back. So keep your weight knit together, and as you microbend the knees, drawing your feet and thighs away from each other, folding from the pelvis, bring your hands down. Now lift your shoulders, elbows bent, either hands to shins, and drag your hands back as you inhale, look down, but lengthen through the back. So drag your hands back and notice how you create that kind of pushing of the elephant. And as you exhale, maintain that shoulder alignment as you fold and flex your spine, forward bending. On empty, extend, slide your hands back and feel that knitting of the abdominal muscles. Now squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other, coming up and reaching up. You can look down your cheeks and bring your head back, so you're doing an extension, but the eyes are cast down. Notice if you look up, there's tension in the neck. We'll do that again. Microbend the knees, hinging at the hips, drawing your body into a forward bend. Now, as you lift up, drag your hands back, shoulders draw back and down, a little bend to the elbows or hands to your shins. Feel how your lats engage, serratus anterior, and you can feel that core engage. Exhale, fold. On empty, lift and extend, slide your hands back or push your hands. And with that tone and integrity, reaching your arms up, weight into the heels, reach up, look down your cheeks, and then exhale, last one. Fold. Hands come to the floor. Inhale, slide your hands back. Now, keeping the shoulders back and down, like you're pushing an elephant, you're gonna plant your hands to the floor and step back into plank. Okay, notice if you sag, tamasic, kind of like sagginess in the body. That was really hard. So push the elephant, but notice if you try to draw your shoulders up away or up around your ears, notice how that doesn't feel nice either. So you want a middle path. So a little bend to the elbows, draw your shoulders down, push the elephant, knit together, really strong legs. Now point your toes, shift forward, bend the knees. You're gonna come down into a half chaturanga. Now, like a straight line from the head to the knees, bending your elbows knit together like a banker's pose. So you're not collapsing your chest, not hyperextending and just dropping your pelvis. Feel that knitting together, feel that banker's pose, like you had your thumbs into your armpits, and slowly come all the way down. So as you come all the way down now, notice your hands beside your rib cage. You squeeze your elbows or squeeze your upper arms to the side body and try to come up. It's quite hard, you get stuck. And there's not a lot of movement as you squeeze. As you squeeze, it turns on the subscapularis, which prevents the shoulders from moving. So keep your arms away from the body. There's movement. Notice how much more movement if your arms are away. If you squeeze, notice how there's not a lot of movement. We need more movement. So you're gonna press your hands down, try to slide your hands back, reaching your front ribs forward, and this will lengthen the lumbar. Knit together, press your legs into the floor. All right, as you press, slide your hands back, roll your shoulders back and down. Now, like a swan, bow your chin to your chest and inhale. And as you exhale, start to look forward, look down your cheeks. Now look up by your third eye and how you collapse your neck. And And then bow your chin, inhale. And as you exhale, look down your cheeks. Inhale. Breathe wide. Slide your elbows back, hands back. Roll your shoulders back and down. One more, inhale. And exhale. Press up onto your knees. Tuck your toes under, down dog. All right. So from down dog, notice as you press your arms straight, externally rotate your arms internally, externally, internally. Notice the shoulders. All right, try this one. Shift forward a little bit. Bend your elbows, and like you're squeezing an imaginary beach ball with your arms. And now, as you release the neck, you're gonna press your hands forward, keeping that little micro bend and a squeezing of the beach ball. And notice the shoulder girdle. Notice how the shoulder blades feel broad, but they feel very supportive. Straighten your arms, notice that, and how kind of unstable it is. Shift forward, bend the elbows, squeeze the forearms, pressing your hands, grounding the index finger and thumb, and press your hands forward. All right, come into plank, shift forward a little bit, bend the knees. Exhale, knit together, and lower down, half chaturanga. You stop when your arms are beside your t-shirt, and then point your toes, slide your hands back, roll your shoulders back and down, feel your cobra even deeper. And then press up onto your knees, tuck your toes under, down dog. Bend the elbows, squeeze that imaginary beach ball, pressing your hands forward, hollow out your lower belly. And now shift forward, we're gonna do chaturanga. So shift forward a little bit more, bend the elbows, and now inhale into up dog. Now straighten your arms, externally rotate, and try to go deeper. So bend your elbows, roll your shoulders back and down, press your fingers into the floor and your index finger, slide your hands back. Feel how much more space, strength, and openness you have. Lift your pelvis, roll back. Squeeze the imaginary beach ball, press. All right, give our arms a break. Lift your right leg, place the foot forward, drop the heel, and reverse warrior. Exhale, hover. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, bring your form to your thigh. Draw your front foot forward, back foot back, knit together, zip up the zipper. Banker pose. All right. So you feel how your shoulder blades draw towards you. You can even drag your elbow back and drag your elbow down towards your knee. So you feel that sense of traction, engagement, knit, lift, and from here, extend your arm. So it's not lifting up, it's not saggy. There's a certain amount of integrity as you extend. Look down, sweep down, reverse, and we'll change sides. Throw vinyasa. Three-legged down dog. A little bend to the elbows. Pressing through, shift forward, either full or half chaturanga. Bending the elbows, swan-like neck as you look down your cheeks. Exhale. Left leg lifts up. Place the foot forward, drop the back heel, reverse warrior, inhale. And exhale, flush it out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your forearm to your thigh, thumb into your armpit, and now knit together. Zip up the zipper. Drag your elbow down towards your knee and draw your arm back. Feel that integrity as you shoot your arm up. As you actively reach, it's not overactive and it's not underactive. There's this middle path. And again, I have my arm right in front of my face and I can turn to look underneath my armpit. It's not back here. It's this kind of middle path, and it's really individual, and every body is built differently. So, exploring what feels spacious, but then feels very steady and stable. Steren Tsuko. Inhale, and exhale, hands come down. As you go through either full or half chaturanga, I'll do a half, knit together, bend, pause, point your toes so you're in cobra, arms away, slide your hands back, gaze down your cheeks, and then reverse out of that. Right leg lifts up, place the foot forward, drop the back heel, windmill into warrior two. Now, reach your right arm up, start to straighten the leg. Deepen the crease at the top of the thigh, always micro bend that knee. Hand to the shin. Now, normally when people do Trikonasana, they put their hand back and try to open their arm. And what they're doing is just overstretching the pec and the front of the deltoid, the anterior deltoid. So what I'm gonna suggest, bring your hand forward, internally rotate so your palms facing up towards the ceiling. Shove your shoulder back. Now press down with your hand and draw back. So there's two actions, and you feel that core knit, zip, and like you're opening a curtain, feel how much more strength, that strong back to open your front. Versus here, as you turn your palm forward, notice how it decreases that intensity and strength. As you internally rotate, feel your shoulder blades draw towards each other, knit together, so you feel that banker's pose as you feel this in here. All right, look down, bend the knee, reverse. We'll change sides. Three-legged down dog, engaging that hamstring and glute. Now shift forward, pushing that elephant. Shift forward a little bit more, either chaturanga or half, upward dog or cobra, and feel that swan-like neck as you look down your cheeks, elbows bent. Press, down dog. Squeeze that imaginary beach ball, and then extend through your hands. All right. Left leg lifts up, place the foot forward, drop the back heel, windmill into warrior two. Reverse as you straighten the leg, keep the knee micro bend. Deepen the crease at the top of the thigh, pelvis is facing more towards the floor. Knit together, zip up the zipper, hand to shin. And now bring your hand forward, internally rotate it. Draw your shoulder back, and like you're opening a curtain, bring your arm up. Now press your hand into your ankle, so press down, so you feel that lat serratus. And as you push back, it's engaging the muscles of the shoulder blade, rhomboid, lower trapezius, and also obliques. Notice if you turn your arm forward versus internal rotation, how much more stable, spacious, steady, present. Look down, reverse warrior, inhale. And exhale, windmill your hands back to the floor, three-legged down dog. Either full or half chaturanga. Like a swan. Start from your base all the way up. Keep the elbows bent, arms away from the body. Look down your cheeks. Exhale, knit together, push back. Bend the elbows, squeezing that imaginary beach ball, extend. Right leg lifts up. Place the foot forward, drop the back heel, windmill into warrior two. Now, bring your hands so the fingertips point to face each other. Now, from here, draw the shoulders back, and like you're doing banker pose, you're going to roll your shoulders back, bend the knee, and as you draw your front foot forward, back foot back, you're going to reach your arms up, slide your shoulder blades down, and extend your arms out wide. We'll do that again. Sweep your arms down. And now bend your elbows. As you bring them up, draw your shoulders back and down, knit together. Bring your arms up, keeping the elbows micro bent, and extend. Feel how much more energy is tingling in your fingertips. All right, inhale, we'll change sides. Exhale. Three-legged down dog. Vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, elbows bent. Drag your hands back, look down your cheeks. Knit together the abdominals, roll back. Left leg lifts up. Place the foot forward, windmill into warrior two. Notice warrior two. So we're gonna bring our hands forward, fingertips pointing forward. Roll your shoulders back and down, knit together. Bring your arms up, and now open Do that again. Hands forward, draw your shoulders back and down. Lift your hands and then open. Turn, reverse. Exhale, three-legged down dog. And shift forward, half or full chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right. Right leg lifts up. Place the foot forward, drop the back heel, grab a hold of your brick. Now, as you grab a hold of your brick, you're going to bring your fingers over one side of it. You're going to place the back of the head, not your neck, but the back of the head. Now, the tendency is people bring their arms out. So you want to do like a headstand. So as your elbows point forward so you can see them in your eye line. Instead of shoving your shoulders down, lifting your shoulders up, there's like this little middle path. So as you knit together, lift up out of the waist, press your head into your brick, extend through the crown of the head, elbows point forward, knit together. Your pelvis is slightly facing the front left corner. Your rib cage is twisting towards the direction of your knee. So maintain that strength from the lower ribs down. And now as you draw your elbows forward, soften your shoulders back and down. Press your head into the brick, lengthen through the crown, and then start to reach your elbows up towards the ceiling, deepening your warrior one. Draw your front foot forward, knit together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Reach your fingertips towards the wall behind you. Just move your forearms and hands up towards the ceiling. Your head should be slightly displaced behind your arms. So this is what warrior one should feel like. All right, placing your block down. We'll change sides. So as you lift up, exhale, shift forward, chaturanga or half. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left leg lifts up. Place the foot forward, drop the back heel, grab a hold of your brick, fingers over the top. Place the brick to the back of the head, elbows point forward, soften the shoulders away. Draw your front foot forward, back foot back. Knit together, lift up out of the waist. Pressing your head into the brick, lengthen through the crown of the head. Breathe, exhale, twist your rib cage slightly to the left. Pelvis is pointing towards the front right corner. And as you press your head, lengthen through the crown. As you press, elbows draw up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips towards the wall behind you. Keep your head and neck where they are, the upper arms where they are. And now forearms and hands reach up. Exhale, bring your block to the floor, three-legged down dog. Vinyasa of your choice. Swan-like neck, keep your gaze down your cheeks. Reverse. Hug a beach ball as you squeeze and then press your hands forward and then bend the knees. Now have your block in front. Turn your palms to face up and the block beside your palm of the hands. Make fists and have your thumbs point out, drawing your thumbs towards the floor. Now you're going to just sink your spine and lift. Sink your spine and lift. Sink and lift. Now you don't want to do this with your shoulders around your ears, so you have to draw the shoulders back, sink and lift, sink and lift. So this is just waking up the shoulder girdle in that pushing power. So extend your legs back and now sink and lift, sink and lift. Squeeze your brick, thumbs travel towards the floor, working the shoulder girdle, creating shoulder health, strength, and waking up those muscles that tend to fall asleep. Now lift your bum, come into forearm down dog with your palms to face up. Pressing your forearms forward, try to keep your thumbs traveling towards the floor. Release your head, look underneath one armpit, look underneath the other. Look underneath one armpit, look underneath the other. Keep pressing your hands forward. You can come up on your tiptoes, bend the knees, and feel that big extension. If the heels draw down, the tendency round your pelvis forward. So you can even just lift your heels, bend the knees, pressing the forearms forward, and just opening up the body, but feel that integrity and strength. All right, bend the knees to the floor. You're gonna come to stand on your knees. Ardha Ustrasana, so left hand to your heel, grab a hold of the back of the head with your right hand. Point your elbow forward like you're doing half a headstand. And now draw the shoulder down, press your head into your hand and lengthen your head off of your neck, and then reaching your elbow up and feel how it's stretching that shoulder, the armpit into the hip, rooting down your right knee, lift up out of the right waist. Keeping your head and neck where it is, extend your arm. And then pelvis comes back. We'll change sides. Hand to your heel. Grab a hold of the head. Elbow points forward so you can see it in your eye line. And now lengthen the neck. Soften the shoulder. And now press your head, reaching your elbow back. And breathe. So stretching those muscles we just worked quite strongly. Extend the forearm and hand. Reach. And then pelvis comes back. Turn your left fingertips to face the center. Stay on your fingertips. Slide your shoulder to the floor. And now, stacking the shoulder, press your straight arm into the floor. Draw your hips the opposite way you're looking. And now inhale into the restriction and limitation of the twist. And as you exhale, lean into that space. Inhale, come up, and exhale, change sides. Pressing your fingertips into the floor, turning your ribcage, draw your hips the opposite way you're looking. Pressing down, navel to spine. And inhale, come up. So you are more than welcome to come into Gomukhasana. So if you can, right thigh on top, left thigh on the bottom. If this is just not available to you, you're going to cross your right shin in front, and you can do the whole arm thing and movement with your legs crossed. So you choose how you'd like to work. And now you're going to pat yourself on the back with your left hand. So as you pat, take your hand to your elbow, and you're going to push it forward like you're pushing an elephant. Notice if you lift your arm up, the range of motion. So try this. As you push your elbow into your hand, now draw your elbow back and your shoulder back. Now lift your arm and notice how much more space as you reach your hand. You can stay here and just hold your elbow and breathe, knit together, and be happy here. Or you can take your arm. Now internally rotate like we're opening the curtain like we did in Trikonasana, shoulder draw back, and reach your arm back. And now slide your arm behind you, and you can usually have more range of motion to grab a hold. And all you're gonna do is now breathe into the hands. If you need a belt, if you need to grab your t-shirt, but breathe into the back of the heart. Whether you're cross-legged or Gomukhasana legs, cross thighs. Now we're gonna release our arms. Bring our arms out. And then do yourself a big bear hug with your left arm on top and try to cross your elbows. Bottom forearm comes up, so that's your right. And then top forearm comes up and cross. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, lean over and try to get your forearms towards the floor. So now you're stretching the muscles between your shoulder blades. And breathe against your thighs and or your shins as you come forward. And just creating some space for the muscles that we worked quite strongly in practice. And then we'll release, inhale. Bring your fingertips behind you. Exhale, extend. So as you have your fingertips behind you. Roll your shoulders back and down. Feel that banker-like pose instead of collapsing. This is just to keep your knees healthy. You're going to cross either your left shin in front and or your left thigh on top. Pat yourself on the back with your right hand. Hand to your elbow, push forward, try to lift up. Notice that range of motion. Shove your shoulder back, draw your shoulder down, and now reach your arm up. You can stay here and just breathe, which is fine. You can bring your hand internally rotate, draw your shoulder back, and like you're opening a curtain, now slide that arm behind you, and you'll probably have a greater range of motion to be able to bind. And now just stay here and breathe into your hands, a belt, the back of the heart. Releasing your arms, bring your arms out wide, and now give yourself a big bear hug with your right arm on top, crossing your elbows, and now lower arm reaches up, so that's your left, top arm reaches up, which is your right, and double bind your hands. Inhale, lift up, and as you exhale, lean up and over. Breathe against your thighs, creating some space. All right, release. Bring your hands behind you again, fingertips to the floor. Draw the back. You can actually press your hands flat, so you're creating that banker-like pose. But elbows bent. Notice if your arms are straight. So elbows bent. As you pull your hands away from each other, notice how it creates more stability for the back of the body and just keeping your knees healthy. All right, have your blocks available to you, but we're going to do bridge pose variation. So as you come onto your back, make sure your hair bobbles out of the way so you're on the back of your head. Now, normally when we come into bridge pose, what happens is we get stuck in that kind of forward rounding, kind of depressive pose, and it just doesn't feel nice. So what I'm going to suggest is actually using your arms to help support the distribution of the back bend into the upper body. Please try to stop rolling up and rolling down your spine. Come in and out of a back bend, in a back bend. So as you bend your elbows, tuck your shoulders under, feel like that banker pose, knit together your abdominals. That will protect the lumbar and get the muscles of the multifidi, of the spinal stabilizers, to work. Instead of relaxing and reversing, which is, there's no spinal stabilizers as you flex the spine into a flexion, a forward bend of the lower back. Your lower back is meant to be back bendy. So you're on the tailbone, you're on your shoulders, press, banker's pose, knit together your abdominals, and now come up, and you'll feel like you have more space for the distribution of your back bend. So elbows into the floor, shoulders into the floor. Now, when we interlace our hands, the tendency is people lock their elbows and there's no support. So bend the elbows, bring your hands wide and pull your fingers away, pull your hands away from each other, pressing your elbows and shoulders. Notice how much more power you have, pushing power, like a reverse pushing of the elephant behind you, versus lock your elbows, bring your wrists together, lock your elbows. Notice what it feels like, versus bending the elbows, press, pull your hands away. Now to come out of it, come up on your tiptoes. I always like bringing the arms above your head and then lower down in a back bend, and then let your spine naturally decompress with gravity to maintaining disc health and muscle engagement that relaxes so it doesn't force the disc in the opposite way. All right, roll to your side. And I'm going to ask you to grab a hold of your bricks. You're going to have a T brick situation. So one for your head, one for your upper back. And I'm going to ask you, what we're going to be doing is hands like a diamond, and you're going to bring your elbows down and then up, down and up. This is just working pec minor and your shoulder girdle. Yeah. So as you lie down, bring your brick the mid back, upper back. So it's right above your bra strap line if you're a gentleman. And it's just right at the tip of the shoulder blade. So it's anywhere near your lower ribs. It's more upper back. So you're going to either knees bent, you can bring the soles of your feet together, a Supta Sukhasana, where you bring your heels into your groin, or you can just bring your knees like a teepee. Now, fingertips touch above your head like a little diamond. Squeeze your shoulder blades around the brick and draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Now drag your forearms down, opening your chest, and bring your arms up. Open and up, open and up. I like exhaling down. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, keep trying to squeeze your shoulder blades around, not like a massive 100%, but there's a tone where you feel the muscles of the shoulder blades working to help open the chest. It's like bicep, triceps. So the back of the body is working to really open up the front of the chest. Now, bring your elbows up towards the ceiling. Bring your fingertips to the floor above your head. Stretch your fingertips up and then bend your elbows down, beside your ears, and then slide your elbows up. They might not go straight, that's okay. And then slide your hands down. Keep drawing your shoulders away from the ears so you extend up and then down. Extend up and then down. And now bring your elbows out wide, arms out wide, and just let gravity open your chest. Completing your exhale, we'll roll to your side and come up. And then remove the bricks and lie down on your back. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Place your feet on the floor, lift your bum, move it over to the right, hug your knees into your chest, drop your knees over to the left. Use your elbows, pick up your rib cage and twist. And then I always like bringing my arm at a 90-degree angle when I twist because it opens up the pec. I find when I straighten my arm, the shoulder blade pops up. So try it with your elbow bent. And I always, sometimes this is another little trick of mine that I do myself. I use my hand and I press on my breastbone and I encourage that twist, and I can feel that the shoulder blade can protract and support the front of the chest opening. And then I bend my elbow, my left elbow, against the floor. And as you exhale, knit together the abdominals, twist your lower ribs, mid-rib shoulders. So we'll try it on the other side. Bring your feet up, lift your bum, shift it over to the left, hug your knees into your chest, dropping your knees over. And then as you press your elbows into the floor, pick up your rib cage, twist it. Bring your arm at a 90-degree angle. Your other hand presses on your breastbone and tries to help twist you over, pressing your elbow into the floor. And then feel the shoulder blade against the back of the body as if you're doing banker pose again. And breathe. And then bringing your knees up, hips back to center, rock side to side. And then crossing your legs, come up to sit up. Bringing your hands and slide your elbows back, palms down or palms up. But the elbows draw back, so they're not forward, they're not behind you, they're right beside you. Closing the eyes and just sense the two sit bones. As awareness descends into the body, feeling that enlivened presence. A kind of free-flowing pranic communication that is flowing from your fingertips, through your arms. Sense that enlivened spine, the spaciousness around your neck, your head, the torso, pelvis, in the legs. Feel that enlivened presence. An awakening to the companionship of presence. We feel that quiet confidence, that self-belief, and that courage to bravely share the beauty of you as you hold yourself with this integrity, a gentleness, a spaciousness, filled with loving presence. Bring your hands together to seal the practice, smiling, gazing into your heart, and quietly say to yourself, with great respect and love, I honor my heart, my inner teacher, and humbly honoring all the other teachers that come before us, whatever form they may take. With a quieter mind, an open heart, and a strong, vital body. Slowly open the eyes, lower your hands, and softly gaze, absorbing the residue of that practice, and taking that quality of awareness and feeling with you. I thank you. Namaste.